Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Bags2Riches. This is episode 10. Now, breaking into the tech in US as an international student isn't easy. From navigating the new H1B rules to figuring out what skills would you actually need, the journey can feel really overwhelming. That's exactly why I sat down with Umang, who has been through this path himself and knows the challenges firsthand. So, in our conversation, we uncovered how recent H1B changes are impacting international students, what roadblocks newcomers in computer science often face, and most importantly, the strategies to overcome them. Now, we also dove into how you can transition from data science into AI or ML, the skills that are in demand right now, and what the future of AI careers look like. If you're an international student trying to build a career in tech, this episode will give you the real practical advice you can start using today. So, without further ado, let's just get into it.
Awesome.
All right, Umang. How are you doing? Yeah, UmangAbroad, as many people would know you. Thanks for joining in and being a part of Bags2Riches. I'm sure you have so much insight to provide all the international students.
I'm super
Yeah,
excited do this podcast with you. I know we were trying to figure this out for the last 1 to 2, 3 weeks, I guess. But yeah, I'm glad that we're able to do it now. And I'm looking forward to I've seen your podcast with Narayan and others. So I'm looking forward to giving my inputs to it as well, helping each other on our pages and help them grow. So
yeah.
I'm excited.
I I love it, dude. And I know Narayan met you at the Open Atlas Summit conference. Like, you know
Yeah.
what? This is one of the people that I want to talk to. And he's like, dude, Umang is a great guy. Just go for it. Just shoot him a text. And I was like, he gave me the courage to actually send you a text and
Yeah.
cold reach out to you. And
Yeah.
you have been kind enough to reply, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Of course, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Always open to meeting and meeting with folks and talking about everything related to immigration, related to life in the US and all those things. So
yeah, dude, and I feel that's the perfect segue because I know you took the H1B 100,000K news pretty hard. Like, not you personally, but of course, people nearby who were affected because of that. And we kind of had to reschedule because of that. So, what
hmm
was going in your head when that was happening? What were your initial
yeah,
thoughts?
I think the initial thought was it was unclear from the beginning. The initial White House, the initial White House announcement was very unclear. Howard Lutnick, who is the Secretary of Commerce, apparently he is announcing about H1B, which I don't think so he should, but he is
Mm,
under he's informing that and saying that it is applicable every single year. Like you'll have to pay $100,000. The lead next day itself, Carolyn, who's the press secretary, she had to clarify that, okay, yes, it's not every year, it's once. And initially it was it's for renewals also and everything, but then she clarified it's only for new H1Bs. Even then, still it is unclear that is it for every H1B renewal, even for students who are transitioning from F1 to H1B in the US, or is it for only H1B applicants who are just based out of US as of now?
mm.
So that is still an unclear thing, but the way they have structured it is also very it shouldn't be it's not like a visa law, it's not like any kind of updates that they've made to any H1B regulations. It's just they have framed it such a way that it is a travel ban. Like you cannot travel to the US if you do not pay $100,000. If the hundred
Wow.
thousand dollars is not attached to your petition, you cannot travel. That is basically how they have framed it, which a lot of lawyers are now saying that it is probably going to go down or it might not hold in the court. But yeah, that is the status as of now.
That's crazy because, like, the moment the administration signed that executive order, I know two of my friends were outside, like, they were working for their companies abroad for their different sites, and they had to like book their tickets within 3 hours and fly them back before 12 a.m. of September
Yeah,
21st. And I was like, that is pretty insane, dude. And like once that happened, the next day we just get news, it's not that
exactly.
strict.
Yes.
Uh, so it's like, okay. Yeah,
It was pretty crazy, yeah. I mean, like, you can imagine that all the immigrants in the US were focusing on this for the entire weekend. All the Indians in India were focusing on this news. So a lot of brain power across the world just went into this miscommunication and this issue
true.
for like that weekend. So they wasted a lot of time for all these folks. So
That
yeah.
is true, dude. And I mean, in a way, it's pretty good because I know H1B has been abused a bit over the past few years, and I feel this is a very good chance to decrease that and actually increase the opportunities for the people who actually go through, education in the States and are trying to uh, work legally here.
Hmm.
I feel it's better for those people, but eventually, if even those people are getting affected, I don't know what's it for anymore. So,
Yes, yes, that is the issue. Overall intention is good that they want to prevent like US, like they want to help like US workers to get these positions, but the execution is definitely not great because now a
yeah,
lot of like research institutes and cap exempt H1Bs who are given and they cannot like afford the doctors or clinics, they cannot afford this much to give to a new person on H1B, so
yeah,
like an entry level person on H1B, and they need them.
mm,
So it's like the execution because they say that it's like across the board, like for all kinds of H1B petitions. So the execution has been really poor, giving false information, then correcting it, and then still a lot of things are still unclear. Lawyers, as of now, are also very unclear. They're waiting for confirmation on a lot of things. Given that it was a very nuanced issue, it wasn't framed like very well from the beginning. So execution has been really poor on this.
right. And I feel these are recent challenges, but the stress starts from, the moment you land in a foreign country, and I think it just like never ends. This may be like a hot topic right now, but a few years back there might have been something else. So
Hmm.
I know you've been here for 5 years now, 5 plus
Yeah.
years.
It's been like now 6 years, I would say, because I came here in 2019 of like September. So it's been
Mm.
like 6 years now.
Right. So how has your journey been, and what are the challenges that you personally faced when you first landed in the States, and how did you, get through it?
Yeah, I think initially the challenge that I faced was, I mean, I didn't anticipate the master's coursework to be this hard. I expected it to be hard, but it was actually super hard. So when I was going through the classes in like my master's was in computer science from UMass Amherst, and the first semester, I mean, I took like not very advanced level courses, but still like so we have 500 level and 600 level courses in UMass. I took 500 level courses, but even that like were like pretty hard for me. So I was like, so that was one of the biggest challenges initially that I faced over time. I have to spend so much time on doing all these assignments. How will I get time to apply for my internships? How will I get time to like do some part-time jobs on the campus? How will I do projects for my coursework and so on? So that was one of the biggest challenges that I initially faced, but then I basically consoled myself or like basically realign my priorities. I was like, no, my first priority is to get the internship. My first priority is not to excel in coursework. So I did not like focus that much on coursework. I focused more on like getting internship. I was like preparing day in and day out for lead code, for a lot of like other kinds of interviews, for MLE positions, for data scientist positions, for software engineering positions, and just preparing with a couple of friends, asking who all have applied where, which recruiters have responded, which recruiters are not responding, sending cold emails to a bunch of companies. So just basically focusing my entire first semester of masters on getting a
Mm,
good internship, and by end of the first semester I was able to get two internships at Dell and also at Amazon. So then I chose
well, that's
obviously
big.
Amazon. But yes, initially this was the main challenge, and second again, when in my second year of masters, which was predominantly COVID, so COVID was a challenge where I couldn't like enjoy a lot of my time on campus because it was shut down.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had like good part-time jobs, so I was able to like work virtually for them. But my college experience, so to say, was which I had a lot of dreams about, like where I will be like integrating into the culture, enjoying, making a lot of friends. But so that got affected. So that I would say
Mm,
would be the second, in a way, a challenge or like a miss out that I had with my masters in the US. Yeah.
Oh, that's great, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Hmm.
And I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to live the student life, man. I mean, I enjoyed it. I am from Texas A&M, and I don't know, man. I mean, the moment I started working, at the moment I knew that there's no going back. And I miss it so much right now. Miss all my friends, all the stupid things we used to do, man.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you now have an amazing community, right? And then you have worked really hard to build it. So
Hmm.
does it actually, kind of help you to grow as well? I know you share a lot of good things with your community. You have very unique way of, creating your
Yeah.
content, which I
Mhm.
haven't seen a lot of people. Will talk about it a bit later, but I want to understand, like, growing this community. What does it
Yeah.
mean to you?
So growing this community, the main theme is that you have to be proactive and aware
Mm,
of whatever decision you are taking, whatever thing that you're doing in your life. That is the main theme behind this entire work that I'm doing. The reason why I interview people who are already in the US, who have already lived here for 5 to 6 years, who are already working here, have been through the education, have been through like few years of experience. Most of my people that I interview are in this category. So having the experience, like learning from them, and like if someone wants to, let's say, come now to the US or to any other country, they can learn from them. How was their master's experience? What did they do right? What they regret about masters? A lot of people say they couldn't enjoy the masters, so that is something that they need to also focus on. And
mm,
similarly in their career, like how much they're earning, what is their lifestyle, so they can get a good idea. Like, okay, 5 years down the line, this is what I can save. This is how much I can earn. This is how
mm,
much I can. How can my lifestyle be? This is how I probably will look like.
mm.
So a lot of this is like the main like theme behind my entire this is the main theme behind my page, that you just learn, you see, and you just be more proactive from the beginning, and you plan ahead very
Yeah.
carefully.
I agree, dude. And I think what you're saying is to make people aware with real life examples, right?
Hmm.
And I love that because people do not get the entire picture when they're researching. Like even when I was back in India, I was researching a lot about, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do in US, but I still made those mistakes.
Hmm.
And I mean, I wish I knew from firsthand experience, like, hey, you know what? This person actually went through the same journey that I'm looking for. And these are the things that are going to happen to me if I start my journey in the States or any other country abroad. So that's actually a very good thing that you're doing. And I think I kind of also get inspired by your content because that is the theme. I mean, we are a bit different because I am more industry focused. So
Hmm.
I have a lot of biotech, life sciences, industry professionals who have 15, 20 years of experience, and they share some amazing insights
Yeah,
about how you can grow your career in such niche industries, right? And I feel all these international people who have actually made it have so many golden nuggets to share. And I just hope people understand and learn from these experiences because they are actually very valuable.
I
So
totally agree. Yes.
yeah, so that's why I appreciate you so much. But what I actually lacked when I was doing this internship search, job search, having very limited knowledge of AI, ML. I'm not a very tech savvy guy per se, but I want to understand from you, anyone who is starting or even looking to come to the States, what kind of tools can they leverage in order to first find a good part time or a good internship and eventually a good full time job? What would your 2 cents be for them?
Yes. So if anyone who wants to come to the US, first thing is that you need to have some skills. You cannot like come in today's day and age and be like, okay, yes, I will come to the US and now I will learn everything.
Mm,
That time has gone. So you need to have some skills already, and you need to leverage them to get more skills and also get more opportunities in the US. That is number one. Now, now what those skills can be. Let's say if you are in a software engineering space, you need to know your data structures, you need to know your lead coding skills, you need to know,
mm.
because here once you come, you have very limited time to find opportunities and like even learn at that point. So you have to also maintain your coursework, you have to do part-time jobs. You don't have time. You have to
Yeah.
also experience the college life. So you will barely get time. So you need to already have the skills and then come to the US.
Mm.
Now, if you're in the AI/ML space, you need to know some fundamentals about machine learning. You need to know, if you're in the data science space, you need to know about the basic say that again. So if you're in the data science space, you need to know about data analytics area, or you need to know about
Mm.
how different like statistics and other topics of mathematics work. So you have to know all those skills before. You cannot now think of the education in the US like, oh yes, I will go there and then I will learn. You have to first prove that you have these skill set, you have done so much, and then come to the US and increase those skills, build your network more, and after that, like also get more opportunities. That is the only way in 2025 that you can succeed here.
Okay. So, what according to you, in AI ML space, what are the key, I would say, skills that people are looking for? I know you are in TikTok for what, 3 years now?
3 years, yeah.
3 years. So, and you've also worked in Amazon, right?
Mhm.
So, what are the skills that allowed you to stand apart from the crowd so that they hired you? And once you're in the industry, so that might be the second part of my question. What are the skill sets that you see are needed now, in
Mhm.
the situation that we are in right now, or the market we are in right now?
Yeah. So MLAI space is like changing very rapidly, which is true. But having said that, like it's going towards more Gen AI, LLM space. But still, having said that, the typical ML engineer like interviews that you will face today in all the big tech companies is very consistent across all these companies. You have the
Hmm.
typical ML fundamentals round. You need to know basics of supervised learning, unsupervised learning, regularization, basic topics, overfitting, underfitting, and all those things. And then you have ML design as a separate round in most of these companies, where you will be given a particular scenario. You have to basically build an ML solution for it, discuss with the interviewer. And then you have ML coding and some other like different rounds that you have to focus on. But the whole theme behind all of these different types of ML rounds is that you need to be first like a software engineer, because you have to give the coding round, you have to also give the behavior round. So you have to be a software engineer. On top of that, you need to know all the ML knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be like you still need to know a lot of the data science techniques as well, because you have to work on improving the data like that you'll be training your model on. So you need to know sampling techniques. You need to know a lot of like analytic techniques like exploratory data analysis. So you are a software engineer first, data scientist also, and on top of that, you know the ML areas. Then you become an ML engineer in all these big tech companies. And right now, I'm also working with a lot of folks who are in the data space or in the software space who are transitioning, who want to transition into ML AI. So I work with them like one on one if they are super interested and serious about it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can definitely like reach out to me as well on LinkedIn or on my IG as well, and we can
Nice.
discuss. But yeah, this is the main theme. Like, if you have to become an ML engineer, you have to first be software engineer, be a data scientist,
Mm.
learn ML on top of it, and then you are an ML engineer.
Got it. So, from what I'm hearing, is a person who is into data science can transition into ML.
Yes.
So, what, according to you, are the things that they need to understand, for whoever is transitioning, from
Mhm.
data science to an ML engineer or an AI engineer? Uh, what are the skills they should have or possess in order to make that transition?
Yes, for data scientists, the issue comes is like they're not really good in coding, so to say. So they have to focus more on that first, like improve on the data structures and algorithms knowledge. They are probably familiar with Python, but they are not familiar with all the data structures and all those
Hmm.
things. So they need to know that. And then they also need to know about some Python libraries which are used for model building, like PyTorch or TensorFlow. This is something they also don't do as a data scientist, because they're using some Python libraries like NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib, but they're
Mm.
not using the model building libraries, which is like PyTorch or
Got it.
TensorFlow. So they need
Mm.
to learn about them, and then they need to learn about end-to-end ML workflow, like how what is the entire process like for the ML pipeline from data gathering to model
Mm.
initially feature engineering also, and then model optimizations, hyperparameter tuning, and then also deploying it in production. So they need to be very proficient across the stack. to become an ML engineer. So focusing more on coding, focusing more on productionization, focusing more
Hmm.
on model building libraries would be like few areas that they need to prioritize.
That's pretty cool. So I'm just trying to understand because I went to this AI Infra Summit recently,
Yeah.
and then amazing, like very wide variety of companies coming together and
Mm-hmm.
talking about infrastructure, AI, ML, and things like that. And I saw that like they shared the recent MIT study
Mm-hmm.
where it said like 95% of AI tools fail and only 5 of them persist. What is your take on that?
95% of the AI tools fail. I mean, I think it's so if I think about it from any kind of like tools or websites or social networks or any kind of like software in general,
Hmm.
only few succeed. Do you agree on that? I think even if you talk in terms of social networks, only top five like big names are like predominant. But I think there would be over thousands of social media apps at this point. Not even thousands, probably 10,000s.
Hmm.
So it's, I think with everything, like even with my Instagram reels, only five of them out of, let's say 60, 70 of them that I post in like 1 to 2 months,
Hmm.
get like very high reach. It's
Hmm.
also probably with your podcast, only few reels will get like good high reach. So it's with
Right.
everything that I see. It's not just with AI. But yes, in AI, the thing is like the landscape changes very quickly. Like the models change very quickly. The capabilities become really faster. So in those sense, like you have to also be very fast or like quick to adapt to all these like
Hmm.
latest models and improve your applications.
Hmm.
Like some applications, for example, like Perplexity. It was in 2023, it was at $150 million valuation. Now it is at like $20 billion. So they are keeping up with all the trend. They're building new things. They're moving at a very fast pace.
Hmm.
They're leveraging all the latest models to make their application now a browser as well. So if you are a good company, can adapt to it, make great tools, people are loving it, you can go up. Otherwise, you will like stop like growing in this. Yeah, that's a
Right.
hard.
Yeah, and I feel if especially with this new technology coming in, a lot of companies are wary of, they do not want to uptake this new technology. So the industries that I come from, it has a
Hmm.
very slow uptake
Yeah.
because in biotechnology, we first have patient's information, and
Hmm.
the major risk is the patient data, right?
Yeah.
So they're so wary of actually using AI or ML in the workflows that it's just like they know it's going to increase the efficiency by 50%, but they
Hmm.
still would feel very defensive when it comes to actually, applying them in their work streams. So I guess my question is, how do you, as an AI ML engineer, you have been in this industry for 5 years,
Hmm.
what are the things that this is going to transform, like this industry is going to transform, and what are you the most excited about of what's
Yeah.
coming?
Yeah. I think so. If I had to summarize, it will be like everything. AI ML will transform everything. It
Yeah,
might seem like not a great answer, but that is the truth. Like it will impact every single industry, every single part of your life. It is already impacting everything. People are
I
getting
agree.
replaced already. So it is going to do that. In terms of what I'm excited about, I am just mainly excited about like not doing any house chores. I'm waiting for Optimus Robot to just come in my house, just do all the house chores, not worry about doing the parking in the driveway or wherever. Just like
Yeah,
car should be fully self-driving. I don't have to worry about all this shit and just
yeah,
focusing on more productive things in the life and forgetting
yeah.
about the chores and all those things. So that is something that I'm really looking forward to, like Optimus being like basically scaling up very quickly first in the US and then across the world. And then obviously being a Tesla shareholder, like I'm also super bullish about it.
I love it, man. And you touched it. You touched upon it. For me, the most excited I am is for robotics.
Yeah, yeah,
AI in robotics. It's going to
yeah.
transform everything. I mean,
Everything.
software into hardware. How do
Exactly.
inferencing work? How these both interface? How they work together. it has so much potential, but at the same time, so many challenges.
Talent.
But people are already big guys like Google, Amazon, everyone is already working on it. And
Yeah.
like that was one of the things that I learned from this AI Infra Summit, like how
Hmm.
ahead people are thinking
Yeah.
for these things. And I was like, that's pretty insane. I was like, I had zero idea.
Hmm.
Really zero idea of how they are using it. But now that I know it, I was like, dude, I need to change or else I'm gonna be obsolete as hell, dude. I j- yeah, I need to have my job in like the next 10 years or I would be replaced too.
Hmm. Or maybe you can start a company.
Or maybe I can start a company. That's there too. But again, as I said, I'm not a very tech savvy guy. I don't understand AI a lot and I'm trying to learn. I'm
Hmm.
trying
That's
to
good.
I'm trying to be more involved in projects on site which our company is actually working on. So it's pretty exciting for me because I am very new. And for the longest of times, I was the person like, you know what, I don't want to do this. Like AI is going to take away jobs. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's coming. Like
It's
there is
coming.
no way you can avoid it. There is absolutely no way. And it's coming. It's gonna take your life, like tear it apart, basically, and you wouldn't even understand. So the best way is to actually get on the boat and
On the board.
learn. Yeah, it
Right
reminds me
away.
of no. Yeah, it reminds me of Nokia, dude. What
Mm.
happened? iPhone came,
Yeah.
smartphones came, and they were like, you know what, we wouldn't change. I know it's just like a fiasco. They're gonna go out of business pretty soon. People will not understand it. And where's Nokia? Bankrupt. Boom. That's what this is. That's
That is
what
true.
AI is gonna
Yeah.
do.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
One
what AI is gonna
iPhone like
do.
changed the entire world.
Exactly. So that's why I'm very excited. At the same time, very worried about what's coming next because I don't know. It's pretty uncertain. So, but uh, all in all, I would say there's a lot of great potential, and I'm looking forward to it.
If I
But
have to
you're
summarize, if I have to
sorry. Yeah,
summarize
go for it.
this, it's like we cannot do anything how the industry is changing. What we can do, like based on like, basically we cannot do anything based on external things. What we can do is what sorry, let me like rephrase it again.
You're
So
good.
if I have to summarize it is like we cannot control everything, but we can control our actions on a day-to-day basis. And right now, yes, which is a good way to focus on it, is like we just learn more about AI. We just learn more about different things and make like good improvements in our lives and also like impact others' lives at our level. Whatever we can do, that is
Yeah.
something that we can do. We cannot
Yeah.
change what is happening across the world and all the industries, but
Yeah.
yeah, let's just do whatever we can do to control. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. And I know you are going to be an optimist because you are in this space. But let's track back to people, who are very new in this industry, trying to
Hmm.
be a computer science major, trying to get into this AI/ML space. Now that you have 5 years of industrial experience with like big guys like TikTok, Amazon, you have seen it up close. What would you suggest about the culture of these companies, what they're looking for, and what have you learned professionally throughout your journey here?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I think in terms of knowledge that someone who is like taking this major needs to have is, yes, they need to understand about ML. They need to know the fundamentals. They need to, it's just not just about computer science or web development anymore.
Mm,
They need to understand how AI is even impacting in, let's say, like a web development space or in the typical software engineering space, and how efficient you can be, how you can leverage all the tools like Copilot and others to improve your efficiency. So these are some things that like I have also now been using, like leveraging in my day-to-day work
hmm
to improve my efficiency. And the expectation is also increasing from all these companies that you have to be more efficient. You have all these tools now, you have to leverage them. But again, you need to also understand what is happening. You cannot just like leverage them and not know
mm,
what the changes that the LLM is making for you, or what the changes
right.
are being proposed. So you need to
Mm,
have the fundamentals knowledge first, and on top of that, like leveraging all these tools. So I mean, positions are available for even software engineers, infrastructure engineers, ML engineers today, and they are not going anywhere for like at least few years. You can do your masters, you can do your bachelor's, and join big tech or join all these companies and make an
Mm,
impact. The overall interviewing landscape hasn't changed that much also, especially in
right.
the big tech arena.
Mm,
So focus on the basics first and then also build basically, yeah, just focus on the basics first and like leverage all these AI tools is what I would recommend initially. Now, so other thing that I want to focus on is you should not just be thinking from the job's perspective. Yes, initially getting a job can be a goal, but you should never think of it as like a very long-term career that you will be having because things will change super quickly. So if you are someone, let's say, who is still thinking about whether I should come to the US or should I like just start a
mm,
company in India itself or start like some entrepreneurship in India itself, then probably do that
mm,
because you should also focus on other opportunities apart from looking, let's say 5 years down the line, I'll be working in big tech or I'll be doing this because things are going to change very quickly.
yeah,
So also think of other options, other interests that you have, not just like this one path.
I love it. And thanks for touching base on that. Because right now, I have seen a company I recently met with. They just focus on prompt engineering.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much it. That's
Yeah.
their forte. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like you, even if you're not working for a big tech company, there are companies which are actually trying to increase the efficiency of AI itself. So it's like there are so many different domains you can get into. If you're into hardware, it's chip design. It's huge. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many companies doing so many interesting things. You just need to widen your horizons and understand what you actually want to do. And like just not the big tech. Big tech is using AI, but how do you increase the efficiency of AI? There are many other opportunities out there. So like you do not have to just be focused on, hey, I'm
Yes.
going to make big bucks and I'm going to go with these FANG companies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how my career is going to be. So, like, yes, not having just that idea before coming to the US, but actually having a plan on what you want to do is really important from what I hear you say.
Yes. And last thing that I wanna like mention in this area is like, especially starting like this year, like last year onwards, you have to move fast. Things are moving
Yeah.
towards more efficiency. Things are moving towards a lot of like new changes, new adaptations to a lot of different tools. The only thing that you don't want to be doing is like being very slow and like adapting to them, being very slow in learning. You
Mm,
have to be more efficient, be more like curious, be more like have those learnable skills, like teach yourself, be an autodidact, learn from LLMs itself. Learn, you can
mm,
learn anything from directly LLMs also in today's world.
yeah.
But you have to stay curious. You need to know what to ask them. You need to
Mm,
know all those things. So just be curious, be fast. That these skills will help you not just in your job, but also later on in your future entrepreneurship and future
yeah.
businesses that you will be doing.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, learning should never stop, in my personal
Yes.
opinion. It's like wherever you are, I have known presidents, I've known VPs who still are,
Yes.
thriving towards something. They want to learn this because that's up and coming and or that's what they're interested in. I know one of my VPs right now, they're taking lessons for skiing.
Hmm.
I'm like, it,
Yeah.
it doesn't go with your job description anywhere, but I feel to keep you motivated, to keep you up and running, to, have the right fuel in order to show up as your best self and also upgrading yourself at every point in time. Uh, it just makes you more deservable, if that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, just learn continuously. I mean, I am in biotech space. I'm learning AI as like I
Yes.
have absolutely no idea, but I want to learn it. So just better go out there and learn it. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. Yeah, but you have to do that.
Totally. I agree.
Yeah. But what's for you, Umang, right now? What are you planning to do in the next 2 or 3 years in the AI ML space? What are your ambitions with your career?
Yes. So career wise, I mean, I do stay like plan on like being an ML engineer, working on building like cool ML models, working on improving the product for the company that I'm working for. That is obviously like one area that I will be focusing on.
Hmm.
But it's I think my life is never just about like singular thing that I want to do. It's also about like making impact through other areas, which in this case can be through my UmangAbroad page. Like I'm building a course for understanding your dreams about like masters in the US, so that you're fully aware of what you're doing before you even decide that you want to choose
Hmm.
US. So working on that, and then also I'm mentoring people in the AIML, like someone who wants to transition into the AIML space, and I'm
Hmm.
also working on creating a company around that.
Oh, nice.
So for mentorship and like other avenues for AIML. So yeah, there are a few things that I'm working on. I don't know like which one would like yield a good result out of, but yes, I am passionate about studying abroad, immigration. I'm passionate about ML, AI, and like helping people to transform their lives, upgrade their lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I'm just like passionate about all these areas, and yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be doing something or the other in these areas.
Yeah, let me tell you, man. I mean, the results aren't representative of what you can do, honestly. I mean, I've been seeing your journey, and if you're passionate about it, I think you're going to keep doing it. I know you're going to do it, and you're going to do it very well. And I can say that you can be a very good mentor to the people who are actually trying to get and transition into this industry. So just keep on it, man. I mean, I know there would be tough days or whatever, but I know you can make it. So I
I
believe in you.
appreciate it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I mean, with this content creation thingy that you started, what was your objective, or how did you start, and how did you get from like however many followers you had before to now?
Yeah,
I think you have 17 or 18K followers or something.
yeah, yeah.
What happened? What switched?
I mean, initially I just started with like 0 followers. Basically, I created a random like new page, and just from day one, I've been posting these kind of videos. And also, I started posting like day in a life videos for 30 days. I did that challenge as well, like having like 4 or 5 things that I have to do every single day for 30 days. So I did that, and also like these interviewing videos. And
Mm,
this like the interviewing videos has been going on a similar trend from back then. Obviously, some questions changed, like get added, more parts are now being added to everyone's like interviews,
mm.
but it's fairly like similar to what I started with like last year. It's been like exactly 1 year now since I started.
Congrats,
The-
dude.
Thank you. Yeah, the main objective again was the same thing, like making people aware from the real life experiences of people who are actually living that dream, who are in
Hmm.
the US. Maybe some people do not like it, they want to go back, so also learning from them. A lot of my folks say that it is not worth it moving to the US. A lot of my people like that I interview with say that yes, 40 lakhs in India is better than in the US. So learning about all the different opinions and then
Mm.
deciding your own opinion instead of depending on like any consultancies and just like going with the flow with what they recommend. You need to learn from all these people. If you find someone interesting, if you find someone that who's in a similar boat, just reach
Mm.
out to them on LinkedIn. You know where they work, you know where their education is from, you know their name.
Yeah.
You are getting everything from those parts. You can directly DM them, reach out to them wherever,
Yeah.
and just learn basically from all these experiences and think for yourself by yourself. That is
Mm.
the whole theme, and that is the theme that will also be there in my course, that I will be giving you a clear picture about everything you can do in the US, what your life like will be like 3 to 5 years down the line, how
Mm.
much you can save, what will be the visa immigration challenges that you will face, and just see all that, learn all that, learn
Mm.
about the US culture also through those videos that I have made in that course. And after that, decide by yourself whether US is for you.
Love that. Yeah. I mean, and I feel it's super important because recently, one of my very close friends, amazing individual, had all the skill sets, right? All they didn't know was how to position themselves in the market. So
Hmm.
the company underwent layoff and they got laid off, right? With the debt of like what, 50, 60K on their head, they had to go back to India. Like there was no option for them.
Yeah.
And it like literally broke me. And I wish someone like you was there to mentor them so that
Hmm.
they understand, like what they can do differently.
Yeah.
And I feel that's not on the day off. You'd have to build it up the moment you even look into universities
Yeah.
in the States.
Yes.
But yeah,
When I
that's
when
that's
I oh sorry, when I applied, I had a singular focus to look for like universities which had lower tuition, which had
mm,
higher uh let's say chances of funding, which had like I mean I had like all these like very strict conditions on myself that if this university meets all that, only then I will be applying. And I applied to 19 universities even after that to increase my chances to, and I applied to 11 of them as dream universities because people usually apply to one to two of them. But if you have to increase the chance of getting into a dream university, then apply to more of them, right? Instead of applying to only two of them, which regular consultancies also
Mm,
suggest. So you have to do something different to
right.
increase your odds. And yes, I mean, for your friend that you were saying, yes, maybe he will now find a way in India also. Like life hasn't like stopped or anything,
Right,
obviously.
right.
But yes, 50 to 60K of debt from US, then definitely like that will hurt initially. But yes, I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll be able to find something out in the near future.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I mean, life has its weird way to humble you down, as
Yes.
like however much you are doing good, like life would have a way to kind of drag you back to the ground. And
Hmm. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
but
You have to
yeah,
be strong, especially in today's times. Things are changing now.
it
Easy to
is
hit the ball.
changing so quick, dude.
Yes.
I cannot imagine. Like, would you still suggest anyone who comes up to you saying that they want to do a CS coming here in the States, would you still suggest them to do it, considering if they are like right out of their undergrad studies and jumping ships coming here for masters?
Hmm. So based on the person's like capability of putting in effort or putting in focus,
Hmm.
based on those things only, I would say. I cannot say blanketly. Like
Hmm.
I cannot say like a blanket statement that anyone who has done this can do this because you don't
Hmm.
have experience. So based on your like previous history of you, let's say having some good let's say you have won some hackathons, you have gotten
Hmm.
like good internships, you have proved already that you have some skills that are like not like an average student skills back in India. Only
Hmm.
then I would recommend. If you are above average, you can still make it in the US. But
Right.
you have to be above average. You cannot
Hmm.
come here being average and think like you can make it work here. No. You will have to compete with people who have 2 to 3 years of experience, which was also my situation when I was applying for all these internships. But I
Hmm.
knew that I was in situation, so I put in triple the amount of effort that they were putting in, and I
Hmm.
got internship before them getting the internships.
I
so
love it.
so you
Hmm.
have to be aware first of all, like what situation you are in, how much chance do you have, is it good for you, evaluate very holistically, and then once you have decided, then just put your focus on that, and then achieve your like whatever goal that you have here.
And what would you say? Because I know it's more like most competitive than it ever was in the States right now, and especially in your industry. I know your background has been, you have been in India 4 years and you jumped ships. You came here for master. You just did your master's in 1.5 years or something. You still managed to land uh, an internship in Amazon
Hmm.
at that time. I think it was back in 2019 or 2020.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
do you manage to do that? What would you say you did right for anyone who is trying to come in fresh? What did you do differently so that they can learn from you at this point?
Yes, I think it wasn't like doing something. I mean, it was, yes, differently in the sense like I tried all the options. I tried I reached out to, like, through a extension, I reached out to 50 Facebook recruiters, cold emails. At that time, I was doing that effort, creating
Nice.
a list of all the like Facebook recruiter names, their emails, send them custom emails using an extension. And similarly for a lot of like other companies also. And I got like a lot of like interviews from that, like from Quora. I still didn't get from Facebook, but I tried it at least. And
Yeah.
I tried, got like some investment banks, some internship, first rounds as well. Roblox's first round. So I
Hmm.
did that as an additional thing, which no one else was doing in my, uh, at that time. So that is one
Hmm.
thing that I did. When it came to finding part-time jobs, I reached out to all the professors in my university, sent them custom emails. Through all the departments, I made a list, sent them custom emails that, hey, this is my skill set. Do you have like any requirement? and
Mm.
some only 1% of the people replied, but I still got a teaching assistant or research assistant opportunity from there for my third semester virtually during COVID times. No one else was
Nice.
doing it.
Yeah.
So you have, whatever situation you are in, you have to find something different, or like do everything to make sure that your chances increase.
Right.
So that is something that you have to do. So in today's time now, everyone is doing the cold emailing. Everyone is now applying
Yeah.
to thousands of companies, right? So in this time, what you can do is build actual relationships, build actual networks with people, and reach out to them like with warm greetings. Find on LinkedIn specific job roles, reach out to those managers, do some networking events, do the actual like relationship building now, because that is now
Yeah.
more important than ever, because there's already so much bulk of applications that are like going on here and there. So you have to do something different now. In this case, now relationships matter more today's times,
I
so
agree.
focus on that. Attend those, like make sure your projects are visible, like are part of like some conferences, your papers are going there, and just
Hmm.
make your impact through social media also.
Right.
So you can do a lot of things which 90%, 95% of people are not doing today. And all these are like
Yeah.
different examples that you can do.
I love it, dude. And also, I feel as a student, you would have so many more resources because people love helping students.
Yes.
I would, as a student, I would send an email to a conference manager or event manager saying, hey, you know what? I am a student. I cannot afford going into this conference, but I would love to meet the industry
Hmm.
professionals because what we are doing and the cutting edge research that is coming in, I'm working on it personally. And I'd love to understand from what other people are doing in the same space. As simple as that. You just reach out to them and they're so like they got me ticket at 20% price. I was
Yeah.
able to attend it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy. And once you are in there, you are within, with people who are in your industry, who are doing the same work, who understands what you are doing. That is your point to start actually networking, telling them about yourself. But I think where a lot of people lack right now is to actually tell people what they're doing.
Hmm.
I mean, even
Yes.
if you're doing great work and you are not able to position yourself in front of anyone, it is of, sorry to say, it's of no use, right? It's like you have amazing skill set, yes, but if the other person is not able to understand that you have it, what's
Yeah.
the point? And that's where you have
You
to do a lot of networking and you have to be so good at it.
Yes, you have to be good in communication, have to explain what you can do, what your capabilities are. You have to be the most positive self of yourself in these times. You have to project yourself as, yes, you can do it. If you don't
Mm.
know it, you are very open to learning. You, again, that all comes to like you being learning, be more curious, be more just like go out and reach out and like talk to people. Come on, you can do
Yeah.
this. This is,
You,
if you're coming to the US and you're not talking, you're shy,
yeah.
it is not a good fit for you then. You cannot function here this way.
I mean, I would like not disagree, but I would have a different opinion on that. So I coach people. So my forte is networking. I love talking to people, right?
Yeah.
As you might already have seen,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
I love talking to people, and that's where I have positioned myself, helping international students, right? And even if you are shy, it doesn't mean you cannot network. Networking is not about how well you speak or, you know, I think it's more opportunistic. Understanding what you need to see, asking good questions is very important. So if you have those skills, if you can ask good open-ended questions which reel the person in and wants to know more about you, you do not have to talk a lot. You just
Yes.
have to be interested in the other
Hmm.
person and let them ask you what they need to know from you. So there are like, depending on your personalities, you would have different type of approaches that you can use. You can still do it. And I have a lot of people that I have mentored and they are doing it right now and they're seeing amazing results, right? So even if you're not, I think with this AI ML space coming in, people are leveraging those tools a lot, which is great. It increases your efficiency by so much for applying to jobs and things like that. But right now, as you said, connections matter much more because everyone is doing that. Everyone is
Yes.
using Comet. Everyone is using, cold emails.
Hmm.
But right now, if you can actually talk to someone in person, if you're personable, I feel that's where you would stand out from the crowd.
Totally. I agree with you on all those areas. in terms of like that networking thing, I agree, like anyone can do it, that is true, but
Yeah.
you have to be more, yeah, as you said, like be more opportunistic. So for example, like if someone, so there's two kind of people like who reach out to me on LinkedIn. One
Hmm.
is like, hey Umang, I'm interested in this job ID in TikTok.
Can you
I
refer
have,
me?
yeah, I have like this profile, and I feel like I'm a good fit. Can you refer me? Okay, so
Hmm.
I'm going to refer that person because he was very curious. He did his homework. He
Yep.
found a particular job position that he's interested in, and he's willing to do it. Now,
Yep.
second person who reaches out to me is, "Hey, Umang, I'm interested in opportunities at TikTok.
Yeah.
Would you be open to talk to me?" I'm not going to reply to that person
Of course.
because he has not done his homework.
Yeah.
She has not
I
done his
agree.
homework. So I just don't reply to them. So you have to be very opportunistic in the sense like you don't have to also waste someone's time. You have to be very particular about what you're looking for
Yep.
and be also humble about it, like not just be just asking and not appreciating that, also being
Yep.
more like also seeking like some sort of like cordial relationship with them,
Hmm.
being very nice to them also, but
Hmm.
not also annoying them in a way, like not asking too much also. So there's a very sweet spot that you have to hit with this networking and be more opportunistic in the sense like you already explained. So
I couldn't have said that better. Uh, and I think the word that I say to the people is you have to be very purposeful when
yes,
you're reaching out to someone. You need to know what you want out of that conversation.
yes,
And once the person sees that, why wouldn't they help you? Like people are waiting to share their stories with you.
yes.
There is no reason why they won't.
Now, if I have to summarize this again in one instance, like where I used it, so we had this Open Atlas conference, right?
Yeah.
Uh, right. So for this conference, we I got an email from the team that okay, yes, we are going to have this podcast room, and you can invite like some guests and you can book a slot. So that the point of the time when I got that email, and within like after that next 2 hours, I emailed or like I LinkedIn DM'd or like Instagram DM'd 30 plus speakers or creators that hey, I'm willing to slot, like this is the time that I'm available, like can you make it work, what is the best time that suits you. So and
Mm,
out of them like 10 people said yes, right? So then basically I just booked a time with them and I interviewed all of those folks, and I have like now so much content with them. Like I posted the content with Parth. I
dude,
am
I
now
love that.
posting the content with Vidya. Vidya, she's a L7 product manager in Meta, and then there's like so many folks that's content is still pending that is in the pipeline. So
Yeah.
being very specific, being very like thankful, also appreciating, not like being annoying, very
Mm,
good like decent like reach outs, being very purposeful. And it's
yep.
not like for that conference, yes, I was invited, so I did make sure that I am like meeting all the people, but I also made sure that I'm getting a lot of value out of it through interviewing people, through like making content for myself. So I made a lot out of that networking event itself.
Mm.
So this is one example that I just want to share, like how you can make the most out of an event.
Absolutely, dude. And I mean, you are doing it, right? Like, that's what people need to do. And I love it that you did it with like 30 odd people. And I think that's what the rate is. Like, you reach out to 100 people, 50 of them might get back to you, might not get back to you. 10 of them would be okay to having a call. One of it might convert, like
Hmm.
that conversation they would love so much that they would like to stay in touch with you and things like
Yes.
that. So I think that's always the rate. But I actually following path which I were yeah since I planned starting, and I absolutely love that you did your interview with him because he has so much to share, dude. He's
Hmm.
he's he's a great guy, and I'm trying to get myself him on this channel to see if he wants to share something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I can also
Sorry.
like send out a like a DM to him and like would recommend like joining you. Yeah, definitely. I
Okay,
would love
okay,
to do
that'd be awesome. I would definitely, be super nervous when I'm interviewing him because I was
that. Oh,
like,
really?
hey man, yeah, because dude, I mean, I have used his templates.
Okay.
I
Oh,
have
you
used
have.
everything for like university shortlisting and things like that from the days back. I was like, dude, this guy's crazy. He's so helpful.
Mhm.
Uh,
I mean, I
but
used to
yeah,
do watch his videos too. I watched a lot of his like YouTube videos when I was also coming. So
mm,
definitely he was an inspiration to me as well. Like Harnoor and him and few other
Harnoor,
folks
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Was Harnoor there on the Open Atlas Summit? Was
No,
he
he
there?
wasn't there. Yeah. He
Ah,
wasn't.
unfortunate, dude. He's also a crazy guy, yeah. He does
Hmm.
a lot of collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with you? What's next with your content creation journey now?
I think in terms of content creation, I do want to start making like some talking head videos more because right now it's like all like interviewing people, not like sharing all the insights that I have.
Hmm,
So I do want to like get on that, but definitely want to maintain this like interviewing as also a separate section on my page. So that would be like one addition on that. And definitely I'm also now working on growing my ML some ML pages and YouTube channels as well, which I did work on initially like early this year,
hmm.
but then was not focusing on that. But I have to like get back on those fronts as well. Yeah. So that will be
Awesome.
also another focus.
Hey, I mean, you're already doing the podcasts, on the streets. Why not just start actual podcasts? What
Yeah.
is up with that?
That is
Are
also in
you?
the works actually. Do you know that I have a podcast set up already in my
No
apartment?
way,
I
really?
have, yeah, but like I have to still like fix some things up, like make it like look more nice.
Uh
But I
huh.
have the podcast chairs. I have some stuff already here. So maybe
Nice.
soon, like it'll be a in-person podcast as well. But again, like I have to again prioritize few things because there's a lot of things going on. So we'll see
I get
where it
it.
goes. But yes, definitely working on that too.
Awesome, dude. I mean, more power to you. And I already know, like, you have the drive. You're gonna make it big, man.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's everything I want to get out of you. Is
Mhm.
there anything that I can answer or any questions you might have for
Yeah.
me?
I mean, yeah, it's not from the like we can obviously like end the podcast here, but like yeah, we can just discuss few things after that. Yeah.
Please. All right. With that, Umang, I really appreciate your time, dude. And I know I made all these notes I would be able to share with my audience as well in the, description section. Uh, but I cannot stress enough on how much this would help, especially people coming in AI ML space and, trying to learn more about it, trying to transition, as you said, from data science to AI ML side. Your words of wisdom are going to help, hopefully, are going to help a lot of international students coming in from here on. So I appreciate you taking some time off and, just letting us in your life journey and understanding what Umang Abroad is doing right now. So appreciate your
Thank you
time,
so much,
man.
Janish. Thank you so much. I really enjoy talking with you, and I just hope that if someone has any questions, just reach out to me. Don't be afraid. Be more purposeful of how you reach out. And yeah, happy to address, happy to connect with you guys. And yeah, happy to help you guys in the journey. And that journey, I also get to learn a lot. So it's
For sure.
uh, always, it's like learning from both ends, not just one end. So yeah,
Yeah. And yeah, feel free to like any resources that you might have. I mean, of course, I'm gonna tag you on majority of my videos, but if
yeah,
in case in YouTube or anywhere you want any more resources like your community or
yeah,
mentorship that you might have, I'd be happy to
sure.
just add it on there.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Just for me, like for now, it's all like just the LinkedIn. I guess yeah, LinkedIn would
Okay.
work or like my Instagram page would work. I just want to
Okay.
keep it simple for now. Yeah,
Awesome,
we'll
dude.
add few things later on. Yeah, for now.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Awesome.
awesome.
Thank you. And with that, I'm gonna end it here, man.
Yeah, sure. Thank you,
Thanks for your
Janish.
time.